Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included. Starting with cycle 100 today. Set up this prehistoric stable system here, which is not fully running, but we're just trying to get it warmer. So my thought is, first of all, it kind of seems like some of the crude oil I dropped in here seems to disappear. I don't know how that happened, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this hot salt water and dump it in there to bring up temperatures. Cedric mentioned about the carbon dioxide. Why not the aloe vera plant? That requires ice, so I've got a bin down here for that. Store some ice in here. And Jason says first, good morning, Jason. Well, assuming that you were watching this in the morning. I normally do this in the evening, upload during the night, and then have it released by the time I'm up. Alright, we'll get first few plants of this. We'll see actually how many seeds. I've got 7. Start planting that right here. Starting to grow some of this stuff down here. Auto sweeper to be able to load in some ice. I'm going to put in, so going to try to patch this up. Got a mix of salt water and brine last time, so we're going to do some filtering, make sure we just get one or the other. And we're going to do some temperature check over here, just to make sure, or not a temperature check, a vacuum check, I guess. Another vacuum check here, and another check here, to let me know when temperature is appropriate. Right now we're about 10 degrees. I want to know when this is above 25. And a little sensor down here to make sure that this doesn't send too much liquid. Where are we at the moment? We've got our temperatures of 46. And we've got our heating line essentially going around there. My goal is to get one of each of these duplicants. So currently this is Bolt. This is number 39. We're nearly there. Just a few more dupes to go. Let's just make sure that Bolt gets a warm coat because it's chilly in all kinds of places around here. Okay, so after this we're gonna need 3 more. So we will, I guess, need 2 more warm coats. Over on this asteroid, I'd like to get some running water for a washroom. We'll also want some water in here so we can get a wash. Well, I guess wash basin won't be needed anymore, will it? If I do that, I'll keep that just in case water's needed. There's something else. And then over on this asteroid, we're gonna start to do the cold prehistoric food. That's Rex and the little friends that he likes to chew on. Dartles. Well, I guess technically he eats other things too. I always think it's just a dartles they eat. But anyways, we'll start digging this area out for construction on that. And let's go over here. I think we're ready to set this up. Starting the process of sending just one liquid. I chose brine to be dropped off both here and over here. I'm going to put a storage tank here for polluted water. And we're going to start feeding this guy some water over on this asteroid, continuing to clear this out. But I'm going to take a insulated pipe. We're going to make a little bit of steel, so I'd like to warm this up. The idea of pushing this over to here so we can warm up this area so we can kind of claim this back. Thinking seacomb for over here. Water that's inside this line right now, we're just going to have that drained out into here. I've just been alerted that things have warmed up. So what I'm going to do, let's start directing some water to go in here. It's scalding. Oh, you're probably picking up metal that's too hot? Or you were standing in that spot. Okay, you look like you're fine. Back over here. Let's bring in some, I guess this used to be insulated because I was probably concerned at the time. Don't think that's the case anymore. So just make that regular piping up to there. And that's going to feed into 2 and eventually 3 of these guys. Oh, we should also stop sending in salt. It's going to be enough of that.
And let's put in our first. This is going to take a while to grow before we can actually get the lums going here, but we'll get this started. Continuing to dig out all around in here. Go check on this little zone. Okay, we're ready for some work. And take a pipe over and dump out some of this hot crude oil. Hopefully warm up this little spot. And in the process, we're getting metal and steel created. So that's that. Let's check on things over here. Okay, looks like this is ready. We have this area warmed up. I need to get this liquid out of here. I'm just going to throw it down here. Make sure that we seal this back up before, so I don't want this to get cold. So we can get these guys growing. Time for number 40, I guess. Then there was 40, so this is going to be a dupe that can do farming ranching. Hopefully we're going to be able to keep up with the amount of food. 2 more dupes to go. Where are we? Over here. Warm coat. Give that to Zulo. This is starting to drain out. Let's have a look. Have we... Oh, something's wrong. Oh, I see. Okay. Need to actually connect this up so we can get some of this crude oil in that direction. Current temperature is 50 degrees, pretty warm. At some point we'll be able to mop that up, but maybe we'll continue on. Oh, going across like this. But my thinking, the reason I chose this location is because we've got a cool chlorine gas vent. We can get some, actually I don't know how many will have megafrons, but they can consume some of the chlorine. These guys will produce chlorine in the form of bleachstone. And figure out how to get the chlorine over here, but not have it overpressured so that these guys are unhappy. I think I'm going to leave a bunch of these as wild. And we'll have hopefully some seeds that we've collected. Yeah, there's some drujip seeds. Good. So I'm ripping up this area. Not because it's not working well. Maybe because it's working too well. I've got this zone here where I've got masks. And I really don't think I need that anymore. Now I've got dupes working in this zone. I kind of want them to get out for the moment. Oh, hold on. Let's just have a look here. I don't want this to get too hot up. Oh no, it is not getting too hot up there. But yeah, I essentially want to get everyone out. I want to disable this. Oh, a little bit of polluted water. So we'll have this area where gas masks don't need to be. And if that's the case, then we can knock this wall over. Maybe we'll relocate this a little bit further down, maybe somewhere in this area. I'm going to relocate planting down here and continue digging out along this way. So what I plan to do is have an Atmos suit in here, thinking that there's going to be lots of chlorine in this spot. Plus, right now it's nice and cold, but we want to make sure it stays cold where we want the cold stables and all that to be. So if I put in a liquid airlock, which I may not need right now, but might be nice to have at some point. But anyways, after the Atmos suits, so we'll have a stable for these guys, a stable for the dartles, and maybe plant. We'll have to see how much megafron we've got available. Check on these guys. Doing a little bit of work over here. Time to patch this up and finally put in a pipe with a hydroponic farm going in here, so we can grow the third one of these guys right at this location. Let's go check on this little section. Okay, so we are above freezing. Actually, I don't know the minimum temperature of Seacom. -10. Okay, so that'll be warm enough. Just curious how things are looking over here. Getting a little bit low. Adding in some insulation. It doesn't, it's not going to be needed now, but maybe at one point that might be necessary. Some of these guys growing. I don't know if that liquid chlorine is going to be an issue or not, since they need to come in contact with carbon dioxide. Alright, we can do a little bit more. Just noticed that we have a bed alert, which means, I guess, that we don't have enough cots for everyone. So I'm going to clear out this zone. We'll make this barracks. Hold on. Let's empty this guy first before we destroy it. Same thing with this. Maybe it doesn't need to be. Alright, also going to transfer some of the heavy watt wire lines. We don't want heavy watt wire lines in our barracks, so take that out, clear that little bit of wiring. It's not needed. And then take that out, dupes. There we go. I don't know how short we were on cots, but I will just make these. Alright, we'll see if that is enough. So we're going to bring our water pipe down and put in another hydroponic farm in this little spot. And we're going to put 2 stables in over here. The top one is going to be for Rex. And the bottom one is going to be for the Dirtles. Curious, I left a little bit of room. I might, maybe I'll have 2 Rex stables and 2 Dirtle stables, but we'll just start with 1 each for now and see where we get. Here, these guys starting to take a little bit of time to do some of their work. Nothing urgent I really have for them. Including a water vent here, not doing anything at the moment. Depending on where they bring in this material, I've got, sandstone. Should not have used sandstone. That should have been igneous rock that's probably created a bit of heating. Okay, so in order to get things kicked off, we want to get some food. Drip Drews. No Drip Drews seed. Really? Oh, I see. Just can't access this guy. Let's switch to igneous rock. And looks like we are ready for number 41. Now we have Bright joining the team. We've got 1 warm coat after that. Forgot that wasn't meant to run, though. I'm curious. Oh, right. Oh, shoot. Well, maybe that is needed for the moment. Alright, this stable looks ready, except for I was going to have a trapdoor located right here. I'm thinking about sending some electrolyzers down here, but I think we can afford the power. Actually, how are we doing for hydrogen? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can definitely afford the power. Oh, and when these guys arrived, I got all critter eggs to be brought over. Didn't notice that, so apparently we've got... Okay, now that I realize that, maybe we should have a dedicated spot for... Somehow... You are already on a dedicated... Oh, yeah, of course, because We're dropping stuff off. Oh, I see. Okay, nice. We might have other... oh, we do. Pug slug egg. Okay, alright. That mystery's been solved, but what I want to do... Make sure we get another one of these before we run out and have too much of a buildup of hydrogen. That go like that. That go like that. That. Yeah, so the dupes can work on that, and I will do some more work down here. Putting in some of the automation here. Thinking of what liquid to use here. Originally, earlier today, I was thinking I'll throw some crude oil in there. I know it's hot, but we'll eventually cool it off. But I'm realizing, why not mercury? Mercury, it does, I think it's minus 38 where it turns to solid. It's close to that now, but I don't think that's going to be nearly close to that once I get it up into this zone. So I think we're going to be fine. Oh, spark. Take that gas mask off. Alright, so we've got oxygen being delivered. Good. How is things in terms... Nah, not great. Not great in terms of oxygen. See these guys going atmosphere. Maybe I'll pop these this for now. Might actually be a little bit early to put in the insulation, but well. I'm going to aim to get rid of the crude oil. So reverse this. So still freezing. Could always do another round. Metal creation. Some drew drips in here. So we will store some brine ice at this location. And I'm going to say all critter eggs be dropped off over here. Okay, so that's awful interesting. 37 grams. I never considered that. Does... No, you can store a good amount. I was going to say maybe it stores differently. But why is it overflowing? Oh, that's brine. Mercury is... Are we actually getting... Oh no, we're pulling up brine. I guess I thought there was more mercury there than there actually was. Gonna pull this down here, do a little bit of insulation just in case it... Oh, minus 32, maybe that's unnecessary. Another dupe. Gas mask. Do you have... Oh no, you don't have a gas mask. Though probably should have one, to be honest, given all the carbon dioxide. Let's just pop that, pop that. This is where we're going to store Rex eggs. This is where the Dartle eggs will be stored. I'm going to have this get 10 critters, maybe 10 or... Oh, no, 40, not 40, 10 or above. You can activate this guy. Oh, one thing I did forget. I want to automate this door here. Essentially, if we need to get some critters for food, we'll open that door. Okay, Mercury 20. There we go. That's what I was expecting. We've got a little bit more mercury to pull up from there. I think I can, should be comfortable enough to send some dartles in, I think. Couldn't pass up the opportunity to take some of the drew drips that are falling from over here and have them drop off over here. Should look to see if there's anyone else without gas masks, though, again, they probably should have them. Locate this one dartle into our stable. Okay, and I guess we get mercury there. That's enough, so we can take that out. eggs will be dropped off there. This can be repopulated here with some dirtle eggs. This guy can be repopulated if we need enough. Let's see. Critter count. If we're ever below 2, maybe for... Oh, that's 5. 2 for that setting. Maybe try that. I think I had that as 10. Yep. And now that can go. Bit of power. What's wrong with... Oh, I see. Urgent situation here. Flask is stuck. See, local material of iron. I don't know if they can grab that or not. We've got dupes in the area. Let's just bump these guys. Oh, they're holding their breath. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, good. Go build. Alright, looks like there was a little bit of oxygen in the area anyway. Okay, so what I'm thinking, we've got this going. Okay, we've got you in there. You're groomed. That's good to see. We're going to wait on Rex because we don't have enough food for Rex just yet. But looking down here, I'm thinking of putting Atmo suits at this point. I kind of want to make it so that dupes can get in and out of the teleportation without needing take off and put on gas masks or Atmo suits. So we'll put Atmo suits on here. That way we can explore down here and be able to dig a little bit quicker. But once we get to this really cold zone, they'll have a little bit more protection. Getting these guys to lower their carbon dioxide pump. And let's go over here. See, there's a geyser. Curious what that is. The ladder over to grab that. Oh, we had a warm coat here. But that's alright. And we've got our oxygen. Oh, it's already built. Oxygen pipe down there. Ready to go. Going to make the checkpoint out of lead. But I'm realizing we're out of lead. But there's plenty to be dug out. So hopefully this will be one of the last times, or maybe the last time, we're down here without Atmo suits. Okay, I'll see if I can turn that into some Atmo suit checkpoints. Here's a few checkpoints. It's just occurring to me now that I probably don't have enough Atmo suits themselves. Where are we on that? So we've got some aluminum, we've got iron, a few pieces of iron, maybe one aluminum. Did we ever get that liquid dropped back? Okay, that's on the way down now. But we produce a little bit more metal over here, especially since things have cooled off. Oh, and oxygen not making its way through because it's trying to fill up this area here, huh? I'm not quite sure what to do with this just yet. I think I'm going to let this area fill up instead of getting rid of these gas vents. We're not really in any rush of exploring this area. But eventually, once we get enough oxygen down, we'll be able to use these to get around the bottom of the base. Going over here, we've got another ore grove node to plant. I think maybe the next thing is the meat line that's going to be ultimately in the future delivering some tough meat. Well, actually, no, regular meat and tough meat, won't it? Here's the system that's going to collect some of this meat and tough meat and send that into our deep freezer. And I never actually set this for Drew. Oh, hold on. Is that, that's going to be our final dupe. Okay, I thought that would be tomorrow. True drip seed, or not the seed rather. The true drips themselves. being pushed into here, and that will be helping feed these guys until we've got enough to put in on their own. No dartle. Really? What would a dartle... Okay, no. We didn't get an egg because there's no drop-off. That's an important thing to add. Same thing needs to be added here. Okay, and that's very important. Oh! We don't have any automation to drop. Oh, no. We do. We're just loading that from... That's the top. That's fine. But I'm just curious. Did we at least get one dartle egg? Oh, no. Were you hiding? Okay, there's a dartle there, but still, nonetheless, that is an important piece. Just curious if he's laid an egg. He is not. And we have made it to 42 dupes. One of each of these guys is in our base. Before I forget, let's give you a warm coat. There. Forgot what I call you. Finish. And I'll do some skills later on. I think that might be all the time I've got for today. So maybe I will just look for maybe a few little things that might be missing. Curious, did we ever find out what that geyser is? Not yet. Maybe I'll... let's get up there before we finish. I think I'm going to automate this stable. Didn't do that yet, so we won't have eggs. Don't forget to trace that. That kind of goes like that and that. I suppose we might as well not harvest these plants. Or, actually, you know what? Maybe we will. Because I don't think I'm doing anything with it. But we'll just make it low priority. Makes sense, right? That a 4. But the auto sweepers do have access to phosphorate. Let's make sure they've got power too. And I traced a path over here. Oh wow! Okay, Pebble, you're stuck. Okay, let's make that a priority. Okay, you can at least now leave. A little bit of reward of meat if you can make it there, Pebble. Oh yeah, we never actually planted to Mega Frond. Okay, we'll come back to that. And the sea comb that needs to, yeah, it's going to take a little bit more to heat that up than I thought it was. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, let's, I'm pulling in some crude from down here. Luckily, that was not actually active. So now it is. So we need that belly. Okay, there we go. That can go, but I have to restore that because that's going to be destroying our stable. Though technically, actually, this is kind of curious. Just hold off. Right now, we don't have a stable yet. But because Wrangle, at the time of starting, was in a stable, I'm just curious if this is actually going to work or this critter's going to not go. Looks like the Phlox is going to go. Take it. They're lined up. I don't know. I think Wrangle might be in a really weird state right now, where the critters are like, no, we will not go. We're not in a stable. Wrangle's like, well, when I got here, it was a stable, so I'm going to stay here forever. Okay, let's build that. Someone could build... someone can access that from the side. Does that fix the situation that Wrangle is in? Or are we like... okay, we broke Wrangle. We broke Wrangle. Really? Okay, I'm just going to bump Wrangle. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay, that was weird. Bit of power in here. I see some crude. Oh, what happened? Thought that was on the way. No power. Okay, that must have been a little piece that... Oh, I see. Okay. So there's that. Let's go over here and see cool steam vent. All right, we've got another cool steam vent on the base. I think I'd like to just end it here, but I kind of want to... I know I'll forget about this if I leave this, so we'll let this fill up. 300, 400, and I'll just give a final task for everyone to do. Putting in Atmos suits here. At some point, we are probably going to get enough bleach stone. Oh yeah, look at this. Chlorine. We will want to, in fact, seal this off. And then put in some sort of temperature protection, probably is the later priority, but at least save ourselves from all the chlorine. The other thing I've done is I'm going to start to share the oxygen from here. So we won't have to wait for this whole area to fill up with oxygen before we get a little bit of oxygen down there. So we can explore along that way. Probably what I need to do is improve my oxygen situation. I'm just not sure. Now I've got all the dupes that I plan to. I've been hovering around 250,000 calories for a while. I'm questioning, is food eventually? We're gonna get more food from over here, but that's gonna take a while to warm up, and so will this system here. I feel like, but what was I? Oh, that did not work. Yeah, I have to decide. Okay, that's something I can think about next time. But crude oil, where did that come from? That boil over? Okay, that's unfortunate because first of all, probably was hot, and second of all, that kind of disrupted my mercury that I was going to rely. Strange. Oh. 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 That's where it's from. Okay, well, that does make me think. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's, we don't, okay, enough. Take that out. Let's put in that there. Power. It's going to be 4 eggs. Okay, this makes me think of 2 things. First of all, let's, okay, I guess a little bit of work to do just before I pack it up for the night. Do a little bit of mopping. Let's do mopping around here. Getting a fair bit, actually. Ah, that's a mess. Not a complete mess, but it's making me think that this system here isn't going to work unless I give it some sort of cover. I think that's just the main thing. It just needs cover to prevent this from happening again. All right, well, that's good to know. So that's set. Oh, and speaking of cover, do the same thing right there. So wherever I've got liquid, what the other, well, we should be fine in there, one would think. So we've got this. Let's do a mop up of that and try this again with mercury. Do a little bit of mopping up. Okay, now I'm not loving, now this is polluted water. I guess that was, yeah, we'll mop up what we can. Maybe take that out. Take that out. Put that in there. So at least have our crude oil separated. Got some polluted water. Now, that pump will directly pick up that polluted water, which is not nice. So yeah, let's do the same thing. Just get that out of the way for now. Oh, that didn't quite work. What if we did this or that? No, not so easy. Can't figure out how I should hopefully be able to handle. Oh, well, look, there you go. Okay, patch that up. Okay, let's go down here. It's crude oil again in a very small amount. Okay, let's get this mopped up quick and then allow the mercury to actually come in. All right, well, we've made progress. We've got 2 new stables. One is with this dartle here. We'll get a bunch of eggs. None at the moment. Actually, how are you doing? You must be ready for another egg. 63k. Rex will be over here. So the stables over here are warm enough. Oragro node is growing. I have to question when I want to put in an alum. I don't think quite yet. So this is going to lead to lots more food. I'm just curious, am I slowly going down in food now that I'm up to 42 dupes? I may have to come up with, I don't know, I could grow more sweet corn, or I've got tons of options, really. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. This is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included.